to the cabinet of Dr. Mikeface. I am Dr. Mikeface. This is my friend Dwight. I do VHSs and DVD updates. I hope to some soon to start doing my own reviews on movies and stuff along those subject matter. But let's just get started. I got here Halloween 2, written by John Carpenter, one of my favorite directors of all time. Produced once again by Deborah Hill. Um, I picked this up. I have like two other copies of this film, and along with the other um, movies in this franchise. But I just saw the artwork for this, and I've always wanted to have this on VHS with the original art. With this pumpkin with the skull face. I just thought it was really, really cool. And I really enjoy this franchise. Even the third one, I know a lot of people don't like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It doesn't have Mike Myers in it. It kind of does its own thing. But I really enjoy that one too in its own rank. And one of my favorite actors is in this series, Donald Pleasance. He's my favorite actor next to Vincent Price. He just his I love his character, Dr. Loomis, is very over the top, but it's like it's not over the top that it spoils his character. His character is pretty much borderline insane, and he's just hunting down Mike. I mean, this is one thing in life. I have to take down Mike Myers. It's his obsession. Um, yep, and this is a good one. This is probably the best sequel in the franchise next to the first one. It's one of my favorites too, and I have to say I really like the fourth installment. But yep, here it is, Halloween 2. Here is Showdown in Little Tokyo, starring Brandon Lee from The Crow and Rapid Fire. I like his acting. He's only been in a very few movies, but every movie he's in is great. I have not yet seen this. I've seen pieces of it, and I have not seen it. But I remember I didn't like it then, but then ever since I rented it and brought it back, I wanted to finish it. I think I would have a better appreciation for it now. And it's got Dolph Lundgren in it from Universal Soldier, Masters of the Universe. One of the Rocky movies. I really like him. He's a good action hero actor. And here's the back. It's released by Warner Brothers, and this was a pretty good copy. I do not have this on DVD. I wish to one day have this on DVD. I guess it's about these two officers, and Brandon was kind of the straight man, the one that goes by the rules, and Dolph Lundgren is kind of like the gunso kind of character. I want to check this out. Seems like a good. And also, I have the very Brady Sequel. This is a movie. This is the sequel to a movie that came out in the '90s, parodying the show, The Brady Bunch. I really like these two movies. I never really liked the show. I do have a certain respect for it, but I really like these movies. These movies are like a great parody, but they also do a really good job at like homaging the actual show. Like all the actors that play their roles, they're so much like the original show. It's ridiculous. Um, this is a good one. Here's the back to it. Still has the factory seal on it, and I really like that when it comes to collecting tapes. Yeah, and I also have the first one. I also bought this one. I have another copy of this, but it has like advertisements scrolling through it. It wasn't meant to be owned for a home. Yep, this is a really good movie. Check it out if you're into good laughs. I have now The Legend of Hell House. This is their original one. I have never seen this one. This one stars Roddy McDowall from the Planet of the Apes movies. He was also in the original Batman TV show starring Adam West. He was the bookworm, I think, on the last episode of season 1. I really like his acting. I've seen the remake of this that came out in the '90s when it first came out, starring Liam Neeson. And I remember I kind of liked it. I have to see it again. I haven't seen it then, so I don't remember too much about it. But I guess it's about a haunted house, and these people come come for whatever reason, and they fall into the bad juju that is laid upon the house, and I guess people get hurt. This is the back of it. Seems like a good scary movie. I remember when I watched the original one, I don't remember when exactly that was. I remember it was kind of scary, so I've always wanted to see this one. And I have here. This is one of the um episodes, one of the Elvira Mistress of the Dark episodes. This is when she hosts this movie, The Crawling Hand. I have never seen it. I just saw Elvira on it, and I really think she's awesome. Um, I just really like her character, Elvira. She makes fun of herself, and she does it with, she doesn't like, she really doesn't think bad about herself. She's just a really cool chick. And I even like the movies when she plays the character Elvira in the two movies, Elvira Mistress of the Dark and Elvira the Haunted Hills. Those are really good movies to watch. And I'm hoping to see. I even have some of her the later show she did in in the 2000s. I have a couple of those episodes on DVD, but this is the first one I've ever bought of her original show on VHS. Looks good. Here's the back. Looks cool. Looks like a good 50s B movie. Guess it's about a possessed hand. I would assume. I've never seen it. Can't wait to watch it though. I also have this. If I can pick it up. This is Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. This came out in 1970, I believe. I have the first one. It's about just um women in that deal with fame and all the ups and downs of being famous as a female. And it's really I've seen the first one. I've never seen this one. I really like the first one. It's a really good drama. It's sad, but it's a really good movie. The first one starred Sharon Tate and what's her name, Patty Duke from the Patty Duke Show. I liked it. This one has Sharon Tate was dead by this point. It doesn't have any of the originals, and it advertises as not, as you can see, this is not a sequel. There has never been anything like it. I don't know why it's trying to wash down the. Probably just trying to wash down the first one, as in oh, this one's better. It makes it's its own thing. But I bet this is gonna be a good one too. I think there might be a third installment to this series, but I'm not sure. But found it. I want to pick it up. I got this movie called Desperately Seeking Susan. Starring is the Madonna movie. I honestly am a big fan of Madonna. I like her music, her early stuff at least. In the movie she's been, I think she's a pretty good singer, gone actress. I think she does a really good job. And I just really like this movie. It's about this Madonna's character Susan is a very wild chick, kind of lives life to her own beat and does her own thing. Doesn't really have a place to live. Just goes from city to city, and she has a boyfriend who's in a rock band, and he kind of does his own thing, and he always tries to track down Susan through the newspaper, and the headlines desperately seeking Susan, and this chick gets involved, and she tries to meet. She's been following their headlines in the paper, and she thinks their relationship is just amazing. This character here, and it just becomes a big old mess. She bumps this character here, the main character bumps her head and believes she is Susan, and it's an odyssey, if you will. I like it. Check it out. And I bought here an 80s classic, The Breakfast Club. I do not have this on DVD, and I've always been wondering why I don't. Every time I see this in a thrift store, I see this tape everywhere, and I'm like, why don't I have this movie at all? So I decided to pick it up for $1. It's a really good movie. I watched it last night. I've seen it a couple times, and it's a really good coming of age movie. You kind of see all these characters, even the picture here, they're kind of in their stereotypes. It's a really great cast, and you show that these characters are more than their stereotypes. And it's just a really good. John Hughes made this movie. He did Home Alone 1 and 2. He did Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He just made, and Uncle Buck. He just made so many great movies, and this is kind of like the one. This is like his most known and most famous movie, and I could see that. Yeah, here's the back. Yep, really great cast. Judd Nelson, Emilio Estevez. He's freaking great. I love his every time he's in a movie. He's just great. Mighty Ducks, Young Guns 1 and 2. Got Molly Ringwald from the other famous John Hughes movie, 16 Candles. If you like those movies, check this out. Breakfast Club. Awesome. I also have here Horror of Dracula. I believe this is the first Dracula movie in the Hammer Dracula franchise, starring Christopher Lee. I have not seen this. The only one I've only seen Dracula 1972 AD, and that movie's just awesome, starring Peter Cushing. I believe he's in this one as well. Peter Cushing as Van Helsing, and Christopher Lee as Dracula. You really can't go wrong with any of the Hammers. Here's the Horror of Dracula. I have here Bedazzled. This is the original one. I saw this at a thrift store the other day, and I really been wanting this movie. I really like 60s movies. Something about them, the class, and it just has a really nice class to them. And this stars Raquel Welch, which is sold me as well. I really like her, like in Fantastic Voyage and 1 Million BC. She's freaking awesome. Yeah, so this is the original one. I've seen the remake with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley. And I have here Showgirls, starring forget her name, Gina Gresham, I believe it's pronounced. This movie was directed by Paul Verhoeven. He made RoboCop and Starship Troopers, Total Recall, and this is kind of like his kind of his black sheep movie. This movie got really bad reviews. I don't know why. I don't know. It's kind of a cult classic because Gina Gresham. She was from Saved by the Bell. Check it out. And here's that another Raquel Welch. I just mentioned her from Bedazzled. 1 million years BC. This I watched. It was really good. It was better than I thought it would. I thought it'd be very cheesy anyway, and to me, it really wasn't. Ray Harryhausen does the special effects in this movie. He did like Clash of the Titans, all the Sinbad movies, Jason and the Argonauts. I really like his style of animation. Here's the back. Really good 60s movie. Check it out. And I have here Red Sonia. I have this on DVD, and I saw this on VHS, and it was in the original artwork. And I really do like these CBS Fox videos. They always come with the original artwork, and I really like the sides, the gray. And when you have them all together, it looks so nice, uniformed. Here's the back, and the backs are already laid out really nice. And it's starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and what? I can't believe I forgot her name. Oh, Bridget Nielsen. This is a good movie. Fun. If you like the Conan movies, you have to watch this. And I have here The Party. I have never seen this. I've known about it because I really like Peter Sellers, and I've read his filmography, all the movies, and I've been wanting to check out a lot of his movies. And I've always been interested in this. I just never gotten around to see it now. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm willing to. I guess it's about like a party, and I heard a lot of this is improvised, so it's probably gonna be really good. I got another movie here starring Peter Sellers called the original Casino Royale. Peter Sellers plays Bond, and Woody Allen plays a James Bond, and David Nevin here plays a James Bond. Really good cast. Orson Welles makes an appearance in this movie. This movie is really cool. Definitely a really cult classic. I like it more than the remake. I forget his name too. But this also has like a famous Bond chick, Ursa from Doctor No. from the famous beach bikini scene. Um, I seen this is a funny movie. Definitely should check it out if you love '60s movies. This is fun. And I also have bought this. This was an interesting find. This is Annie Kaufman. Thank you very much. It's like a 40-minute like biography about Annie Kaufman. This guy is phenomenal. At first I ever heard of him was in that movie Jim Carrey did, Man on the Moon. That's a really good movie. Jim Carrey plays the life of Andy Kaufman here. He's really, really, really great. I heard he was like an Elvis impersonator. He just did a lot of. He's the actor that cried wolf. Like he would do this wrestling. He would wrestle chicks, and then you find out it's all fake. He was very controversial. There's no one like before him. There's no one like him afterwards. He's one of a kind. Andy Kaufman. He's on a show called Taxi. This guy was just great. He did I heard he was a very big Elvis fan. He did a lot of Elvis impersonations, and Elvis, it comes to find out, was a big fan of, like, he claimed that Andy Kaufman was his favorite Elvis impersonator. It was a fun little 40-minute biography of him. And I got this is if it's not a classic, it should be Paper Moon. This is not one of my favorite movies, but this is to me is one of the greatest movies ever made. This movie this came out in 1973 and stars Ryan O'Neal as a character named Mosey. He's a bootlegger, and this takes place in the 1930s in the Great Depression, and he has to drive this little girl to her aunt's house, and is played by Tantum O'Neal. She plays Addie Loggins, and this is just a really great movie, and it's in black and white, and it really feels like a movie from the 30s. It's unbelievable. This is just a great movie. You should definitely check it out. It's very fun. It's just a wild. This is just a wild odyssey. Check it out. And I got here Roger Corman's Big Bad Mama. I've not have watched it. I saw it, and it just looked very interesting to me. It looks like it's another movie that takes place in the Great Depression, it seems, and it seems like just a very fun movie. And the artwork is definitely eye-catching, nicely drawn. Here's the back, and it has a little thing by Roger Corman. Looks fun. Oh, and here's one of the. This is a really good movie. This is not my favorite Tim Burton movie, but I think it's his greatest movie ever made. This movie is just phenomenal. It opened my eyes to it's called Ed Wood, and it opened my eyes to a director named Ed Wood, and he's my favorite director of all time. He's like known to be the worst director ever, and I don't think he is. He made movies like Plan 9 from Outer Space, The Bride of the Monster, Night of the Ghouls. He's just a really great guy, and he made a couple movies with a very low budget, but I think they came out great. And this movie's a fictitious movie about Ed Wood, and it's starring Johnny Depp, and Bill Murray's in it. It's just a really good movie. It's in black and white as well. And the actor who plays Bela Lugosi, I can't remember his name. I'm very sorry about that. He does such a great job as Bela. It feels like Bela Lugosi's in this movie. Check it out. Tim Burton's Ed Wood. And I have here an actual Ed Wood D. Jr. movie, Glenda. This is kind of like his. He wrote, starred, and directed this movie, Ed Wood. And it's a really good movie. It's kind of like his coming out of the closet, if you will. He's a transvestite. Ed Wood, apparently liked to dress in women's clothing. Guess it made me respect him in a lot of ways, because this is to me, is a very gutsy movie. Very gutsy. Very good movie, too. I got here, this is a very raw film. I bought it a couple days ago, and I watched it today. This Bad Lieutenant, starring Harvey Keitel. He played Mr. White in Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. He was the wolf in Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. He was in a bunch of movies. Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg, and a bunch of other movies. This movie, he's like a really crooked cop. Even set and it explains it all here. Bad lieutenant, um, gambler, thief, junkie, killer, cop. Explains everything about the movie. It's real raw. It had a really good ending too. Definitely check it out. And here I got Charlie Chaplin's Monsieur Verdot. He plays like a serial killer, if you will. He marries a lot of wealthy women, and then he eventually kills them and takes all their money. This was very controversial for its time. I just saw it for the first time a couple days ago. I've been really liking Charlie Chaplin. This is a really good movie. And it's not his typical tramp character, Monsieur Verdot, which is the name of the movie. And we check it out. And here is another one by the Charlie Chaplin Centennial Collection, City Lights. This was came out in 1931. This is probably known to be one of his best movies, or the ending has been known to be one of the greatest endings of all time. It's Charlie Chaplin plays the tramp, and he falls in love with this blind flower girl, and he does and she thinks he's wealthy, and he just goes on this big adventure to cure her blindness, and she's poor as well, and to save her from being evicted from her house. This was very fun, very good movie. And last but not least, another Charlie Chaplin. This is Charlie Chaplin, the Centennial Collection. This is The Kid in the Idol Class. This is, and here on the front is Charlie Chaplin next to the kid, played by Jackie Coogan. Most of you would know him as Fester Adams in the original, I think, yeah, 60s Addams Family TV show. And Jackie Coogan, because of this film, was known as the first childhood star ever. I didn't, and it comes with Idol Class, and I have not seen both of these, and I'm going to probably soon. And that's it. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any comments, let me know.